Myself, Rajendra Eskarale. My qualification is MSc Chemistry BEd and experience is of 28 years. Now, keep in mind the most important points regarding about the nomenclature of organic compounds, that is IUPAC system, which is also called as Geneva system, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Here write down types of an alkanes. Now, depending upon the nature of carbon chain in an alkanes, alkanes are further classified as number 1 straight chain alkane, alkane in which all the carbon atoms are in a continuous chain. It is also called as normal alkane. It is represented as young. Example, now here all the carbon atoms are in a continuous chain, so it is a straight chain alkane. How many carbon atoms are there? 4. So here word root is but. Due to the presence of carbon-carbon single bond, use the suffix ane. But here all the carbon atoms are in a continuous chain, so here use the prefix n. Now keep in mind, small hyphen is used in between n and butane. Second example, CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. Again here, all the carbon atoms are in a continuous chain. There are 5 carbon atoms. So here, word root is spent. Due to the presence of carbon-carbon single bond, primary suffix is ane. But here all the carbon atoms are in a continuous chain, so apply the prefix n. Now here n-butane is the common name, but what is the IUPAC name of this? Only butane. And here write down only pentane. Now keep in mind here the carbon atom In straight chain alkane, in a straight chain alkanes is bonded to are bonded to are directly bonded to only one or two other carbon atoms. Second, branch chain alkane. Second, branch chain alkanes. Alkane in which all the carbon atoms are not in a continuous chain. Now we are depending upon the nature of carbon chain in a branch chain alkane. Branch chain alkanes are further classified as number one, isoalkane. That means here branch chain alkane in which one of the carbon atom is attached to the second carbon atom of the basic chain as a branch, or one of the carbon atom is attached to the last but one carbon atom of the basic chain from either side as a branch. That means here write down example. This is the basic chain. This is your side chain. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That means here this one of the carbon atom is attached to the second carbon atom of basic chain, or last but one carbon atom from either side. There are total 4 carbon, so word root is but. Due to presence of carbon-carbon single bond, primary suffix is Ane, and here one of the carbon atom is attached to the second carbon, so use the prefix iso, that is 2-methyl propane. This isobutane is the common name, while 2-methyl propane is the IUPAC name. Second example, CH3, CH, CH2, CH3. Again here, this is the basic chain, this is the side chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here one of the carbon atom is attached to the second carbon atom of basic chain. Here total carbon 5, so use the word root pent. Due to the presence of carbon-carbon single bond, primary suffix is Ane, but here one of the carbon atom is attached to the second carbon atom, and so here prefix is iso, or 2-methyl butane. That means here keep in mind one of the carbon atom in a isoalkane is directly attached to three other carbon atoms. Then next, neoalkane, branch chain alkanes in which one of the carbon atom is directly attached to four other carbon atoms. That means here this is basic chain, this is side chain, and this is also side chain. Now here this one of the carbon atom is directly attached to the four other carbon atoms, so it is neoalkane. Or here two carbon atoms are directly attached to the second carbon atom of the basic chain as a branch, so it is also neoalkane. Now there are five carbon atoms, so here word wood is spent due to the presence of carbon-carbon single bond. Primary suffix is Ane, but here one of the carbon atom is directly attached to the four other carbon atoms, so prefix is neo. That means its common name is neopentane. And what is its IUPAC name? 2,2 dimethyl propane. Now, here keep in mind, the most important point is that use small hyphen while writing the prefix small n, but don't use the hyphen while writing the prefix also and neo. Now we are write down second types of carbon atoms in an alkane. Now here, depending upon the number of carbon atoms bonded to a particular carbon atom carbon atom in an alkane are further classified as, here first, primary carbon atom. That means here carbon atom which is directly bonded to only one other carbon atom the hydrogen atom bonded to primary carbon atom is called as primary hydrogen atom. Second, secondary carbon atom which is directly bonded to two other carbon atoms, and the hydrogen atom bonded to secondary carbon atom is called as secondary hydrogen atom. Then third, tertiary carbon atom which is directly bonded to three other carbon atoms. The hydrogen atom bonded to tertiary carbon atom is called as tertiary hydrogen atom. That means then next quaternary carbon atom. Carbon atom which is directly bonded to 4 other carbon atoms. The hydrogen atom bonded to quaternary carbon atom is called as quaternary hydrogen atom. Example: first, isobutane, common name is isobutane and IUPAC name is 2-methyl-propane. Now let us try to find out the type of carbon atom here. This carbon atom is directly bonded to the only one other carbon, that is primary. This carbon atom is bonded to 3 other carbon, that is tertiary. This carbon atom is bonded to only one other carbon, primary, and this is also primary. In a similar manner, second example, name is isopentane, common name is isopentane and IUPAC name is 2-methyl-butane. Now this is attached to only one other, primary. This is tertiary, this is secondary, primary, and here primary. Now here write down third. Alkyl group. Now let us consider alkane here. Remove one hydrogen atom from this alkane along with its electron. This is alkyl group. That means alkyl group is nothing but the monovalent free radical obtained by removing one hydrogen atom from corresponding alkane. Now here their general molecular formula is CnH2n plus 1, where n is the number of carbon atom, that means n equal to like this. It is represented by capital R. Now here depending upon degree of substitution of the carbon atom, alkyl group are further classified as number A, primary alkyl groups, number B, secondary alkyl group, and number C, tertiary alkyl group. Now we are the common name of the alkyl group is obtained by replacing Ane of the corresponding alkane by Yl, and IUPAC name the IUPAC name of branch chain alkyl group is obtained by considering the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms that begins at the point of attachment for base name. Now here write down alkane, R single bond H, and here write down alkyl group R. Now here write down number of carbon atoms N. Here molecular formula. Here structural formula. Here write down name. That is CnH2n plus 2. Here number of carbon atoms N, molecular formula Cn H2n plus 1. Here structural formula, and here write down name. Now here first n equal to 1, CH4 methane. Here write down n equal to 1, CH3 that is methyl Me. Then next n equal to 2, C2H6 CH3 single bond CH3 ethane, n equal to 1, 2 Here write down C2H5, that is CS3, single bond CS3. Here name is ethyl and abbreviation is ET. Then third, N equal to 3, C3H8. That is propane. N equal to 3, C3H7. Now here there are two types of carbon. This is primary, this is secondary, and this is primary. Here there are two choices to remove the hydrogen atom from primary carbon or secondary carbon. That means this propane form two alkyl group. First remove the hydrogen atom from primary carbon and then remove the hydrogen atom from secondary carbon. Now here write down here write down molecular formula CN H2N plus 1. Here structural formula, here common name, and here write down IUPAC name. CS3 common name is methyl and IUPAC name is also methyl amine. Then C2H5 common name is ethyl and IUPAC name is also ethyl. And here C3H7, here we will get two alkyl group, that is CS3, CH2, CH2 dash, and second alkyl group is like this. That is here N propyl, and here write down only propyl, that is PR dash. Here isopropyl or set propyl. What is the IUPAC name of this? This is the bond. Count this carbon atom as first. Then this may be second or this may also be second. That is second. That means here methyl group is attached to the first carbon. So write down 1 methyl. Now how many carbon atoms are present in the longest continuous chain? 2. So here write down ethyl. 1 methyl ethyl. Now here write down N equal to 4, C4H10. C4H10 have two structure. That is, this is number 1, that is N-butane, and this is number 2, isobutane. Now here write down C4H9 and here also C4H9. N-butane have two types of carbon, primary, secondary and primary. That means N-butane have two choices. To remove the hydrogen atom, you can remove the hydrogen atom from primary carbon or secondary carbon. That means it forms two groups, two alkyl groups like this. That means here the name is N-butyl. Its IUPAC name is butyl. That is Bu. And here I go sec butyl. What is its IUPAC name? Dash is attached to this carbon. So number 1, select the longest continuous chain, that is 2, 3. Here methyl group is attached to the first carbon. So here write down 1 methyl propyl. That is, keep in mind the IUPAC name of secondary butyl group is 1 methyl propyl. Now again isobutane also have two types of carbon, that is primary and tertiary. So you have two choices to remove the hydrogen. You can remove the hydrogen from tertiary carbon or primary carbon and form two alkyl groups like this. Now here the name is third butyl. So what is the IUPAC name of third butyl? This dash is attached to this carbon, so it is numbered as 1 and it is numbered as 2. There are two methyl groups attached to the first carbon, so here write down 1,1 dimethyl ethyl. That means IUPAC name of tertiary butyl group is 1,1 dimethyl ethyl, and then last isobutyl. What is the IUPAC name of isobutyl? This is first, this is second, and this is third. Here methyl group is attached to the second carbon, so write down 2 methyl. And how many carbon atoms are present in the longest continuous chain? 3. So here write down propene. That means here IUPAC name of isobutyl is 2-methyl propene. Now here write down, keep in mind, number 1, prefixes like N, sec and tert compounds are written with a dash between N, sec and tert and name of the alkyl group. Example, N-butyl, and tert-butyl, etc. However, iso and neo compounds are written as one word. Example, isobutyl and neopentane, etc. Now this is regarding about types of alkanes. Types of an alkanes. Now here keep in mind the most important point is that propane contain, methane contain only one carbon atom, it form only one alkyl group. Ethane contain two carbon atoms, but it form only one alkyl group because nature of both the carbon atoms are same, that is primary. But propane contain 3 carbon atom, but it forms 2 types of alkyl group because they contain 2 types of carbon atom, that is primary and secondary. But butane contains 4 carbon atom and it forms 4 alkyl groups because butane have 2 structure, N-butane and isobutane. N-butane contains 2 types of carbon atom, it forms 2 alkyl group, and isobutane contains 2 types of carbon atom, again it forms 2 alkyl group, that is total number of alkyl groups is equal to 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Now this is regarding about types of an alkane. Second, types of carbon atoms in an alkanes, and third, alkyl groups. And the remaining part of this unit will be discussed in the next lecture.